All right, back again for another mock stream. And the reason I say mock stream is because I just tried to record this, and after about an hour on Twitch of trying to stream through OBS, it crashed on me, and it was laggy the whole way through. So today, folks, we're just going to record it and forget about Twitch, doing streaming on Twitch ever again until I get a new computer. It is 12:30 at night almost, and I am about to pull all the rest of this out because it's driving me crazy having to deal with Twitch and having to deal with all these streamy things. So now we're just going to record this stuff. And I'm going to use OBS because I love the angles. All these different multiple angles you can see here of the screens that I've got on my computer, and of all the different angles for the guitars and things like that. Speaking of guitars, as you might have noticed from this right here, I have a new guitar, at least new to me, and it's pretty much brand new. This is going to be about a little songwriting session that I'm working on, kind of give you guys an idea of what's going through my head, and I want to create a complete song out of this. And this is the Ibanez SA130MFM. Drum roll, please. Folks, beautiful guitar, amazing guitar, and very lightweight, but it packs a punch. From my research, the best I could tell is this is the SA130MFM. M for mahogany, FM for flame maple. This is my first flame maple guitar, and it is beautimous. Okay, this is red burst. Let me just give you some specs on that first. So let's go ahead and go to the screen so you can see what is going on here. By the way, tell me, how in the world, if I've got 3,000 kilobits per second that I'm streaming in, okay, and I have an upload rate of 10,000, why am I getting so much lag? Why do I have so much problems streaming with OBS? I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's my drivers or what. I have a Mac Mini mid-2011 model. I have 8 gigs of RAM that I upgraded on about 2 years ago, and I still have the same problems. So one of these days I'll get me a better computer. Hopefully an upgraded Mac Mini, I don't know. But anyway, while I'm thinking about it, before I go there, for right now, until September the 9th, Guitar Pro, the newest version, download is on sale at Sweetwater, okay, sweetwater.com. It's a $14 price drop. It's normally $69, I think, $69.95. So definitely check out this amazing deal. I'm actually myself going to wait until Labor Day to see if Guitar Pro, the actual website, has a discount. And if it's not any better than this, then I'm just going to go ahead and grab it while I can. I've got the free trial downloaded right here, so I can already get messing with it. I've got Guitar Pro Lite, which is really hard to find, but it was okay. And I'm really wanting to get Guitar Pro 7 because I am working on a brand new course. Yes, you heard it here. I am working on a brand new course for acoustic guitar, specifically bluegrass guitar, for you bluegrass aficionados out there who love bluegrass guitar essentials. Stay tuned because I'm right now in the process of editing the videos that I've recorded. So I'm just trying to do as much as I can, trying to get it out there, and trying to get some things done. I just found out today that, and by today I mean it's August, that would be Wednesday, August 29th, that I have found out that my graphic designer will no longer be able to work with me. He's a daddy, and he's got a lot of other stuff on his plate. But he recommended a friend to me, so hopefully maybe that'll work out so I can get some mock-up product placements and logos for the new course, which I won't tell you what it is just yet. I'm not that far ahead down the road, but just be pleased. I am working on another course for you bluegrass guitarists. So if you picked up Bluegrass Guitar Essentials at bluegrassguitaressentials.com, definitely be excited, because I think you will enjoy this next level of guitar goodness. So anyway, back to the Ibanez SA130MFM. Okay, features a flame maple top on a mahogany body, bolted maple neck with a 22 fret maple fingerboard, black dot position markers. Components include synchronized tremolo bridge, Ibanez pickups in a triple single coil pickup configuration, and it's the first SA model with the SSS pickup configuration and one of only a small handful with a maple fretboard. Small handful. Okay, it's very similar to the FM, which is just, I don't know if it's basswood or what, but and it's all. There's also a 160 FM. It's related with a humbucking pickup in the bridge position and a rosewood fingerboard. Here are the specs. The neck is an SA neck, so it's its own series type of neck. It's 3-piece maple. Has a scale. Let me just go back here real quick. Okay, so you can see it. You can see it right here. So let me go ahead, and as I'm doing this, you might also notice, okay, that the pickups are different colored. Okay, so these are black. These are black pickups. These are single coil. Well, when I bought this guitar, I got it at a local dealership that was going out of business, and the person that had it before me had bought it from them and basically resold it back to them because I think they wanted a hollow body guitar. But when they did that, they put in Seymour Duncan pickups. Okay, so this is about $150, maybe $175 even dollar upgrade from what it was from those 3 single coils. Those were Ibanez cheap single coils. These are Seymour Duncans. We got the 2 single coils and a hot rails pickup, and it is hot. Okay, really good sound. The reason I wanted this one, they were going out of business, like I said, and I stepped in the store, just looking around, and I saw this in the window, and just had to get it down and play it. Wasn't really looking for a new guitar, other than the one that is my dream guitar right now, which is the AZ, I think it's 242 BC Bocote. Amazing guitar. I really want that one. That's going to take a while of saving to get that one. That's a $1,500 guitar with tax. $1,500 guitar with tax. So that's probably going to be a little while down the road, unless I decide to do payments or something, which I'm not very keen on, but who knows. So I saw it in the window, and I had my Strat, the red one. Now, those of you that are watching this on YouTube will know that I recently had my blue Fender Strat up for sale, and nobody wanted it. Nobody bought it. I won't say nobody wanted it, but nobody wanted to pay the price that I had it for, which is a little over $500, and with good reason. It is a Mexican-made Strat. I've had it for 17 years, since 2001. It's 2018, so you do the math. I've had it that long, and Strats increase in value as they go along. It has custom pickups. It has custom Spurswood locking tuners. It has, a trim setter in it. Trim setter alone is like $50, I think, $30 to $50. Okay, so it has upgrades, but anyway, nobody bought it. I had it on eBay for like 3 weeks. Nobody was interested, so I decided I might as well go ahead and keep that one. Might need to keep that one. I've had that one the longest, so that might be a cherished item there. And so I've still got my Ibanez RG4EX1. Still got that one. Love that one still. But I saw this one and I was like, that other Strat what happened was I ended up trading my other Strat, the Squire Affinity Strat, the red one, which is kind of sad that I didn't do more videos with that one. I kind of wish I had now, but I would usually just use that for playing at school. Not school, but where I teach guitar lessons. So I was playing guitar lessons, and I would use that one basically to jam out on that. And I really love the sound. I love that single coil sound that I don't have for my regular Strat anymore because of the humbucking pickups I have in it, which are DiMarzio Chopper S and Tones on S in the neck and bridge. But then I picked this one up and played it through the PV Viper series, which is what I have here. I wanted to hear what it sounded like on my own type of amp, and it sounded amazing. So these single coils, so I still had my nice single coil Strat sound, along with a really body, cut through the mix rails pickup from Seymour Duncan. Now, as far as I can tell, these are just the standard Strat Seymour Duncan pickups. There's several of them they have, so that doesn't matter as much to me, but this is definitely their hot rails, and it does have a nice beefy tone. So back to the specs here. 22 fret neck, and to me it feels like 24 because the scale length just seems so long. What is the scale length here? 25 and a half inches. So it's pretty nice long neck. When you first see it, it almost looks like a small. When I saw it in the window or on the rack, I thought, man, is this a junior guitar or a Geo or what? What's going on? But it's perfect. It works just fine. Jumbo frets. We've got the thing I do miss about the other Strat that I traded this for is it doesn't have the nice C-shape neck for bluesy stuff, but it does have a wider nut, which is a good trade-off because now I have more separation, more room to hit the notes that I need. I ended up actually trading my red Strat, Squier Affinity Strat, my Digitech RP355, which is probably a surprise to most of you people because I always talk about how great it is. Digitech has great products. But I was ready to go ahead and move on since I now have the Zoom MS50G multi-stomp box for guitar. Has like 70-something effects in it and presets and all this other stuff. And if I ever get another pedal, it'll probably be, if it's a multi-effects pedal, it'll more than 3 pedals like the other thing, like a stomp box type thing. It will probably be a Zoom. I've tried Digitech, and my beef with Digitech, they have great sounds and all that, but they upgrade their design, but they do not upgrade their processor. It has been the audio DNA chip for years. I mean, since the GNX1, I think, the first guitar processor that they had that you could actually record yourself on, and that was like 10, 15 years ago, seems like. But they have the audio DNA, I think it's audio DNA 2. They have not really updated that, so they've not kept up with the times in that sense. And I really, really would like it to have more tube technology sounds, like the PV Viper series. They sound amazing, the tubes do. The Zoom has tube emulation in it, even. And the Digitech was just not doing that. I have several videos of the Digitech RP355 on my YouTube channel. You can check those out, see if it's for you. But it's been discontinued for a while. Now they're out to the RP360, I think. And they also have an Evolution, I think, but or Element or something like that. I don't recommend that one. They actually lower the amount of effects and features that you have with that one versus the RP series. So my personal preference, I would get another, probably a Zoom pedal, because I can't afford Helix. I can't afford, Line 6 Helix. I can't afford Axe FX, which I would love to have an Axe FX. So if any of you guys are very generous to send me one of those, that would be amazing. An Axe FX fractal audio system. But anyway, I traded the guitar, and the guitar also had a leather strap that came with it, and that was a Levy's leather strap. I figured that was probably about a $30 value. And I also ended up adding about $125 to boot. Now, you might say, whoa, that's a lot. That's a lot to trade in. But if you factor in the fact that the Digitech RP355 is like, 5-6 years old, although it was, basically brand new. I take really good care of my stuff. You have, on eBay, it was going for about $120. That's what I priced it as. The Strat that I bought, they go brand new. The Affinity Strat that I had, which was SSH, like this one is now, they go for about $200, $199. But I bought it at Guitar Center, used, and you all know this if you watched the videos on YouTube about it. I bought it for like $65, which was awesome because it was basically brand new and had the strap, But for me, I get the same tone quality. I have a second Ibanez guitar, which really thrills me. I love Ibanez. And it's beautiful. It's got a wonderful, wonderful finish to it. It's a really bright, really nice sound. And I don't know, I just can't say enough about it. Now, the back of it has a little spot here, I think, for coil tapping. They have these two little stack things, and I'm not sure exactly what they're for, but I was told that this is kind of like for coil tapping, if you want to tap your coils. Which kind of doesn't make sense on this guitar because of the fact that these were single coils to begin with. So I don't know why you'd want to tap the single coils. Don't understand that. I think the single coils that were in here before actually may have been noiseless. That would be cool if you could do that. Now, in case you notice that, this is a bit raised just because I've got the Velcro on this. And I think the Velcro is a little too thick, so it's raised now. So I don't have to keep the screws in there. I can just peel it off. No big deal there. But this is very light mahogany. It's very light wood. It has a nice warmth to it. With the distortion, though, the single coils, at least for me, don't really work that well. At least in this room. Now, this room is terrible for a lot of hiss and a lot of hum and things like that. When I go to the living room, you don't hear all that. But they are single coils, so they are going to have a little bit of a hiss to them. So when I play them like bluesy or whatever, probably can't hear this very well. I'll have to engage it later on. What I'm having to do is for like the deep sound, what I'm having to do is take the tone knob, roll it off about halfway, and put it on. Go ahead and put everything on the hot rails so that it cancels out the hum. And then when I get ready to do like a lead solo or something that needs a little bit more grit to it, I'll take that off, that roll, and roll it all the way up, and now I have the open harmonic saturation, tone that I like from, that you expect from a bridge pickup. Now, I'm going to use this basically mainly as a hardtail. I've got my Floyd Rose Ibanez RG4EX1 for any kind of dive bomb stuff that I want to do. So this is going to be my hardtail, even though I've got it set up like a floating tremolo, because I had to do that so it wouldn't fret out so bad. It's kind of fretting out now. The frets aren't really worn, but it's kind of fretting out, and I've adjusted truss rod and things like that. But I have a sneaky suspicion it may be the string. So when I change those out, I think these may be 10s. When I change those out, I'm going to be using 9s. So hopefully I won't have too much of fretting out once I change these. And they're all right for me for now. I may eventually change them pretty soon, but they're all right for now for what I'm using it for. So anyway, let's get on to the tones. You've seen what this is all about here. Okay, so the other one is Transparent Redburst, which they don't have a picture of for some reason. That's what this is, Transparent Redburst. Oh, incidentally, the other Strat that I had was a Squire Affinity Strat, and I named it Scorch because it was red and had that bluesy sound. I've decided to name this one Singe because it's got that burnt sound, the burnt look to it, and it does have, I don't know, it will just melt your face, type of tone, as you will see here in just a second. One more thing before we get on to the sound. I mentioned Guitar Pro. Once again, you can get that for a $14 price drop through September the 9th, all right? Just wanted to make you guys aware of that. I don't have an affiliate link or anything through this. This is just something I wanted you guys to know. If you're into transcribing music, check it out. It's totally the software that most people turn to when they're transcribing their own music, creating their own sheet music, whatever, that goes to. And the other thing to relate to this is Riff Station now, if you've ever heard of this. It is now downloadable for free, okay? So their main claim to fame, you can download this. You can slow down a song. You can change the tempo of a song. You can isolate guitar parts. You can find out where the beats happen, so you can set the automatic metronome. You can change the key or the pitch, and this is an awesome transcribing tool. If you've got a song that you really want to learn how to do the solo, or you want to learn how to transcribe, this is a free download. It's free software. I have it right here. I've never used it, but I've heard a lot. Every time I come here, I've always wanted to buy it, but now I don't have to because it's brand new. Not brand new, but it's available. And I think they're working on the website right now. So the downloadable version is free until they update the website, and then that will be gone. So if you can check that out for free, why not do it? You can go to pro.riffstation.com or just riffstation.com. The pro version is free to download for right now. Okay, so let's get back to what's going on here. Right now, let's open Waveform version 9. And I'm going to get into this. Before it opens, let you check out the different aspects here. How do you like the new layout? I've got my right-hand guitar right here, my right-hand angle. That's my Logitech C270, I think is what it's called. I think I have it here. Let me find it real quick. Logitech C270. One of my students actually gave that camera to me, and I really appreciate it. I have on the top right, as you're seeing this, I have just the overall shot, let's see, let me go ahead and pull that down a little bit because that cord right there's almost two sticking out. Down here on the bottom left, you can see the wider shot, so you can see my hands a little closer up. And on the far right, that should be the left side. On the far right, you can see just the, whether it's going to be, let me find it here, whether it's going to be Ibanez Splash, I call it a Splash, I think is what I call it. Yeah, Ibanez Splash or the Bluegrass Guitar Essential Splash. This is when I do, like, I guess, acoustic stuff. Which, by the way, I was talking earlier about the new product that I have for bluegrass guitar, this is going to be the layout you're going to see. You're going to see the right hand up here on the top left, the overall on the top right, and on the bottom, instead of having like, you know, the square on the side with a guitar and my social media information, the whole bottom screen is going to be this really close up of both hands playing together. So you'll get a lot of fun out of that. So waveform should be open. Let's go over here, check out the settings, make sure the output is correct, and it is. So this song project is called Metal Crush, and it's a working name. I may leave it there. I like it. This is a riff that I came up with that has just been plaguing my mind, and I really wanted to do something with it and come up with something to go around it. A lot of times when I write songs, I have some kind of chord progression or something going on. And right now, for the longest, I wouldn't do anything on Traction. I wouldn't sit down and record anything because I thought I need to have the whole song. I need to work it out and figure it out. But now, you know what I've figured out is just put what you know down. And the more you tweak with it, and the more you fiddle with it, more of it will come. And so you can just build on it from there until you have a complete song. And then learn it complete, you know, all of it together piece by piece. So that's what I'm doing with this. This is an experiment. I like the way this riff sounds that I'm playing. And let's give you guys a listen. Please work this time. Hopefully it will. Hopefully the desktop audio will work just fine. So here we go. I'm going to switch this back to the view here for the screen. If I can get it to work. Oh, wrong one. There we go. So waveform. Now we have it here. So here's what you got, and let's listen to this and see. Hopefully it'll be okay. Okay, so that's what it looks like. All right, so let's lower that a little bit. There we go. So let's talk about this just a second. What's happening here? Where the tones are coming from? What I really like about Traction, and I'd say you could do this with other programs too, is that you can use VST program plugins from third parties and create, you know, just unlimited sounds based on what you use. What I'm doing is, you can see the waveforms here are very, very small. If I double click this track, they're very small. Usually with that much gain, you would expect to have a lot of waveform in here, okay? You would expect to have like it looking like this, like big, except that's digitized, obviously. You would expect the waveform to be bigger, in other words. So let me reset that. So what's happening though is the guitar is going straight through plain. I don't have any processing on it whatsoever. It's just the guitar going straight through. Okay, and that's all you're hearing. You can't really hear it here because you might hear it through the microphone or something, but you can't really hear it here because of I don't really have it boosted into the signal a lot. But what happens is it travels with waveform, which is made by Traction, which you can check out at ericbeatty.com/traction, by the way. Really good software. And they have T7 available now for free. Every time they upgrade to a new version, they make an older version free. And it just keeps going up. It was T5, T6, now it's T7, which each iteration of Traction is just amazing. So you definitely owe it to yourself to check that out. Download it for free and start messing around with it. It's amazing. But the signal flow goes from the left, where it's input from your audio interface, and then it records that, and then it flows to the right. It's a left and right kind of flow into whatever you've got going on here. And also, they've just integrated, I think it was either T7 or T8 that they integrated the mixer view. Okay, so you have a mixer now you can work with. It's very plain looking, but it works. You can make it smaller. You know, you can add other things to it, like your level meters, you know, plugins, other thing, or bigger levels, I think is what that is, different things like that. But now they have the mixer available. I think starting with either T8 or T7. And if you have T7, I think it's a cheap upgrade to T8. But anyway, their main thing is waveform now. That's what they're trying to kind of move into. So what I've got going on here is the PV Revolver 4 series, which I think, if I'm not mistaken, I got this with, I want to say my PV Viper, yeah, it was the PV Viper 1. Not the VIP model that I've got now, but the original. I think it's the 15 or 20 watt. It was the lowest one. And it came with a free version of Revolver 4. And right now they may even have Revolver 9 or 10 for all I know. And you may be able to find a version of this for free as well. If not, you can use things like a Guitar Rig. I forget the other ones. There's some more that are just basically guitar processors, signals and stuff like that. But this is Revolver 4, and you can actually use it in Traction. Now, if I disable this, I click on this right now, and you can kind of see what it looks like. It's got to load. You can see what the amps look like. Okay, so this is my setting here. I've actually got it. You see this blue and this red. This is actually set up like a stereo field signal. I've got some of it panned left, some of it panned right. You can actually add some delay if you want. I'm not going to worry about that because I can add that later if I need to. But I'm using the XXX2 model amp. You've got your modules here, your amps. You can create your own presets. And this one I've called the 3 times the metal, which is what we just heard. I've got the fat switch off because I don't want it to be too full, because you have to, pretty much have to high pass filter a lot of the guitars anyway. The resonance is turned down, and my rhythm is actually, I'm using the lead for my rhythm on this. The noise gate is all the way up, but that's what you're hearing. If I disable this and I go back, actually, hold on, let's mute this channel because it's coming in from there. Actually, let's disable both of these, okay, so you can hear the full spectrum of both of them. Then I'll just turn the mute back off. Okay, so now both of these are disabled. All right, let me go ahead and click the shift on these so that we can hear it when we get ready to. So I'm going to toggle these on and off here. You can barely hear that, right? Okay, so you can use that, and the cool thing is I can go in here and change this to a different preset completely. So for example, let's say I wanted to come back and just mute this for a minute so we can see what's going on. Just go ahead and enable this one and change this to a different lead, like Marshall Super Lead 2, which is what I've got. Now it could easily be the same one that I had here, but I want it to be Marshall Super Lead, so I'm going to take it off here, and you should hopefully be able to hear it. Now there's a delay on it, so what I may have to do is close out Traction and reopen it. I found this happening earlier when I was messing around with streaming, that there was quite a bit of delay here. So let me take the input off. Maybe mute that, put the input back on. Okay, so same thing. So let's save this, quit the project, and reopen the project, and see if the delay goes away. Don't know exactly what causes that, but hopefully it'll work next time we do this here. So I still got a delay. Now, with the actual track, if you do the input, I've already 8.27 milliseconds is what I've decided to use, because with the audio interface that I'm using, it's the Behringer Euphoria UMC 204 HD. Great audio interface, by the way. The only problem I really have with it is the fact that sometimes my computer doesn't recognize it, which I've heard that's a big problem with all audio interfaces. Sometimes it hiccups, and even if you unplug it and plug it back in, it doesn't work. You have to restart the computer for it to reset all the audio drivers and work properly. But anyway, what you have to do with audio interfaces is you plug the input into the output, and you create a loop, a feedback loop or signal loop. and that automatically kind of detects it for you. And what I've done here is done the 8.7 milliseconds is what it's supposed to be doing. Is what it's supposed to be. But I've got a big delay. So let's see if auto detect will fix that. Make sure your audio system is set up to the loop to loop the output from the device below into the input. So it's wanting you to plug the output into the input. Click the button below, which will play a test signal several times and measure the time it takes to loop back in. Well, I'm not going to sit here and try to do that, so let's manually do something here. Let's put that at 5 milliseconds, see what happens. Okay, what about 15? What about 30? Oops, that's not 30. I don't think it has anything to do with it. So I'm just going to make it 8.7 again. And just leave it like that, because that's what it was before. What I'm going to have to do is go ahead and close out traction, reset it, and bring it back up again. Bear with me, folks. Hopefully this will work. I don't think there's anything I'm missing from the previous broadcast. Hopefully everything is working fine and there's no issues. Let me go back to OBS real quick. I've been recording for 30 minutes now. I've got quite a bit done. We're now moving on to basically the songwriting process of this. I've already went over some of it with you. Now let's test it. Much better. So now I have a solo sound here with that Marshall super lead. Almost like one of the wah, 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 wah. I don't know if I can do that or not. That'd be more of a unison bend type thing. So that's the lead that I'm deciding to use. Now I've got the tone knob down, so if I crank it up, you'll hear it change. Almost a little weird delay, snappy sound. I might change that to something else. I've got one here called Svoli lead, after Marco Svoli. It's not exactly like his. I wanted to try Flat Hill Rock earlier too. Let's see what that sounds like. Almost has a Steve Vai sound to it. Svoli lead. See if we can go with that one. I'll bring that up a little bit, about -6. Okay, so I'm still getting a little bit of delay, and what I'm thinking is that over time it's getting worse. I don't know why, but I think that's what's happening. Even if I go here to live input monitoring and close that off, put it back on. Okay, so what I was going after here, by the way, I haven't really showed you how to play this yet. So let me go back to the other main shot here. The way that I was playing this, it starts off right here at, what is that? G sharp, actually. For some reason, I thought that this had a nice sound to it, and it was easy to get to the E, the open E. So here's what we've got so far. Let me go back to that again. I want to decrease the tone knob there, and change this back to the revolver here. Change that back to the XXX setting, the 3x lead or whatever, 3 times the middle, and we'll go back, see what's going on. Okay, so we've got that going on. Turn it up a bit. Put that at 0. Okay, so what I've got going on there is G sharp, F sharp, E. Okay, kind of the eye of the tiger thing. Okay, and when I get back to the second time around, I'm going to use the add 9, or that's actually a power chord with a 9 or a 2 in the end here, so that's more of a suspended, like a G sharp 5 sus or something. Slide that down, and the E one is just these two here. It looks like a B power chord, but with an open E. And that's really cool that you can have that. Okay. But yeah, going back, I go back to the regular F sharp 5, and then back to this F sharp 5 sus. And that's the slow version of the picking. And so it's a strum, bass, 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 strum. Oops, that should be a bar here, because I'm just doing the... That's basically what's going on there. So with that, I wanted to add a melody, a melody that's been going over my head. And so I'm going to put the... by the way, I didn't give you the chance to listen to the single coil. So here's what that sounds like. You could definitely hear a difference in the last one. The last one's a lot hotter output than these two. These are obviously single coil, so they're not that hot. This one is. Really good sound for sure. Okay, so that's what was going on there. For the main riff, that's the main, rhythm riff. What I wanted to do is, here's what's been going on in my mind. And we got some delay again, but oh well. And then the second time around through that, do a more encoding overloaded. Consider turning down video settings or using a faster encoder preset. Thanks, OBS. Can't do that because I'm recording and I can't change the settings in the middle of recording. Oh well. So the other way, I was going to do more of a fast picking thing. That sounds so weird. There's a delay in my headphones. Let's try it. 1, 2, 3, 4. And at the last one, I kind of wanted to go instead of... I wanted to do... But that is so hard because I'm in between the D and the A string. Because what I have a tendency to do is hit the string twice. But I don't want to do that. I want to go. Or actually, it's just... That's what I want to have happen on the recording. But once again, we got some delay, so Let's go back down to this one and change it to back to Foley lead, I suppose. Matter of fact, the cool thing about this too is I can actually hit my tube screamer. Hit my tube screamer and it will, you know, play for me. Off. Now the Joyo Ultimate Drive. Okay, so that's really cool. The Ultimate Drive has a little bit of more of a warmth to it. If I want to kind of warm it up a little bit, have more of that Proco Rat, you know, OCD, obsessive compulsive drive. That's basically what it's a mock of, is the Joyo Ultimate Drive. The Ibanez Tube Screamer puts a little bit more sparkle to it, puts a little bit more grit, and clears it up just a little bit by boosting the mids and I think a little bit of the treble. So I've got delay again happening, so what I'm going to do is restart once again. Restart the waveform here. I don't know how to fix that. I don't know why it's doing it. It may actually, let me try something else before I do that. I've heard that this right here has something to do with it, so let's put this on like 480 samples. Oh my goodness, that fixed it. What happens if I go back to 512? Okay, so what happens is I'm just going to go back to this and fix it. That's 10, that's 10.2. I've always had it on 512. That's just what I'm going to leave it at. There's not much of a big difference. I don't think there is. I'm just going to leave it on 512. I don't know what all those mean, but they sounded right to me. So, okay, so that is the Savoli one, the preset. But what if I mute this preset here and disable it? There we go. All you're hearing, if you can hear anything, is the pure dry signal coming through. Now I've actually got it going through 5 pedals. It's going through a Dunlop Crybaby 535Q wah, my favorite wah, my Ibanez TS9 Tube Screamer, my Ultimate Drive from Joyo, the Zoom MS50G, which I've got on bypass, which basically you press and hold the middle button, and that puts it in tuner mode, which puts it in true bypass. And then it also is going through a looper pedal by, let's see, by Donner, a Donner looper pedal, which is has reverse, slow down half speed, and regular mode. I really enjoy this pedal. This is good for like songwriting too. I could actually took this and put it on loop, but I wanted to start recording it and see what happens. So let me show you the effect that I like to use for right now anyway. This is the lead. It's based off of Mesa Boogie, I think. And this is what my current lead sounds like. Hopefully it's not going to be too loud for you. I consider this to be kind of like the technical difficulties Paul Gilbert, you know, thing. Hearing it here, it sounds a little buzzier than what I'm thinking that it should sound. But the cool thing is that I can, like I said, I can put some Ibanez Tube Screamer on there. Without, with. Joyo Ultimate Drive, without, with. Okay, so it adds a lot more of that Paul Gilbertish tone, which he used in OCD for a long time. So, this I can use as well. So let's play this a little bit, and we'll show you where this is going to happen, okay? So, hopefully this will work. Take me a sip of Minute Maid Light Raspberry Lemonade. And let's try this. This is probably going to happen on the second half, so that's what I'll start playing, okay? Okay, so that's what I've got so far. Now, let me go to full screen mode here so that you can see what's going on there. And we will do this thing again. Okay, so that's what we've got going on there. That's what I wanted to have happen. Now, as this continues to go on, it looks like it's going to just build upon itself. Probably going to loop this, actually. And as you can see, if I go back to my screenshot here, okay, these are working just fine, so I'm not going to worry about back and forth with the changing screens. As you can see up here, these are actually... there we go. These are actually doubled. I actually recorded one and went back and recorded the other. I thought, well, why not just do this? Everybody talks about how good it works if you do that. And I think what actually helped a little bit more to get a little bit more width, other than panning them completely left and right here, is the preset itself, which you can see this blue and this red here. Well, if I scroll down, this actually has it's a stereo effect. So you got pan on one side, pan on the other, and you can also add some delay if you want to, which I've decided I'll not do that unless, maybe later on I'll do like that effect in the mixing itself, so that I can have a little bit more. I'd rather do it later in the mix, that way I can manipulate it if I want it, rather than be stuck with it and not want it later on. So I'll do that part if I need to. So I decided to go ahead and double that. So this is a left, pan hard right, as you can see over here. And the reason these are so loud is because I've got this down to like -12. These are so loud because of the fact that the output is almost all the way to the top. Okay, so the input is not that loud, but the output goes all the way to about 3 o'clock. So that's why it's so loud. And I didn't want to change that. I'd just rather change it here. I could change that later if I wanted to, but it doesn't really matter. So I'm not going to record this now because I've been having, I'm recording video, so I'm not going to record this song and everything. I'll work on this another time. But also what I wanted to do with this is to have more of a harmonized section. So what I probably will do is take it and put it on the pitch shifter, so that I could hear what the harmony's supposed to be. Because I tried to figure this out earlier and I couldn't figure it out. So if this is, it would be like something like that. I have to find it. It'll be probably a third up, a minor third up. I don't know what it's going to be. Turn that Joyo off. Check 1, 2. Okay, there we go. Do I have it back? Do I have it back? No. My audio did something weird again, and I'm not hearing myself. Ah, man, I hate that. I don't know why it's doing that. The Joyo was the culprit this time. It didn't do that before. Oh, that's so aggravating. What just happened was I just heard the audio drop out, which is a clear sign that, I don't know. Check one. I don't know. I don't know why it did that. That's so aggravating. This is what happened to me on the stream. We'll just roll with it because I know it recorded just fine last time, even though I can't hear what's going on now, which I hate because I wanted to work on that some more. But at least you got to hear it before it cut out, with the chords and everything. So what I wanted to do is, probably work on doing the recording that whole main riff, which I call the main riff here, that part, and started working on that. And then what I'll do is I'll drag it out and do harmonies with that, kind of build upon that. And I may have said this earlier. If not that, I've said it on the previous stream. I can't remember. But that is, instead of worrying about creating a song and getting it all done, I think I've already said this. Pardon me if I have. But instead of worrying about getting a song done all the way through, just go ahead and get on traction and do little bits and pieces of it. And so that's what I'm doing now, is just kind of building it as it goes, and later on I can learn the whole thing. So I could probably loop this just to try to come up with some more ideas, and then add the harmonies to this, put the pitch shifter on just to listen to what the harmonies should be. The reason I don't want to record it with the pitch shift on is because, one, it will be stuck to one track. I would rather go back and do the harmonies as a separate track so that I can pan them left or right or do whatever I need to with them and have that full stereo sound. I could probably add a pitch shift plug-in to this, and that could probably work. But once again, it wouldn't be an actual recorded guitar, which is what everybody tells you to do. If you want stereo sound, you got to double just about everything, sometimes triple things. All right, so that's what I've been working on. That's the songwriting session, is trying to figure out some of that to go with the only other thing that I've got to go with this is a melody that I actually recorded. Whenever I have an idea, I'll sit and open QuickTime and record it really quick. Video, so that I can actually watch it later and remember how it went. And let's see if I can remember this off the top of my head. Okay, so the other rhythm, just imagine that with this. And then let's see if I can find the higher. Okay, something like that. Really hard to do this without being able to hear what is going on. So once again, this just must have pushed too much signal through the audio interface or something, because now I cannot hear audio of any kind. If I change this to headphones, I don't think I'd still be able to hear it. No, it's not even coming out of my computer. So this is something I'll have to restart the computer to get it to clear out the drivers again, which is a big pain in the butt. But anyway, you got the idea. You got what's going on. So that's all I can do for right now without having to restart the whole thing, and I don't have to go through that again. So I've basically recorded what I wanted to record. Okay, so that has been this broadcast, and I figured it'd be good to do something different besides the bluegrass session that I'm doing with Kenneth Burris that I've been uploading and releasing a little bit at a time, so that you guys could watch that. I figured it's time to come out with something different. And I've had this guitar for a couple weeks now, and I've decided why not just do an electric guitar session so that you guys can see the new Singe, the new guitar that I have. Really happy with this guitar. Really like the way it sounds. And really pleased with how it sounds plugged into all my gear. So, once again, for the last time, don't forget, if you want to get a good software to make your own transcriptions and your own tabs, try out Guitar Pro. It's got a 30-day free trial, and you can do that. And over the weekend, just go ahead and mess around with it. See if you like it. That way you can mess around with it before you decide to put in the money to buy it. It's regularly $69.99. Let me go back to the screen so you can see what I'm talking about. It's regularly $69.99. I was right about that. And it's $14 off. It's 20% off if you get it through Sweetwater. Once again, that's not an affiliate link. That's just something that I found because I've been looking for deals on Guitar Pro 7 because I want to buy it. Because I've been thinking about doing some tabs and maybe for some smaller, projects, not like a big huge project like my next guitar course is probably going to be. But probably hire some of that out. But doing little tabs and selling for 99 cents a tabs or something like that, $1.99, who knows. So I just thought about doing that, and really been looking at Guitar Pro for that. And 6 is way out of date. It's time to upgrade. And for $55, it's a really good investment, I believe. Also, check out Riff Station, where you can download Riff Station for absolutely free. And like I said, it will help you transcribe. It will help you learn songs. You can look at some of the videos about it. David Walliman reviews it. David Walliman knows his stuff. He also reviews Guitar Pro 7. Matter of fact, after this is over with, I'm probably going to go watch this video to see what how he uses it. So it's not a 30-day free trial. This is one that was active as a website plugin. It is a free download. You can download it to your computer. I have it on mine, and haven't used it yet, but I've got it there for when I get ready to use it. It would be very useful and helpful, and it might even help when I want to transcribe my own videos, just to slow the videos down to the audio and kind of follow along to transcribe using Guitar Pro. Levi Clay, he's a popular YouTube guitarist and YouTube guitarist who uses Guitar Pro for actual transcriptions he does for different magazines and different famous, awesome guitarists. He's transcribed Guthrie Govan. He's transcribed Andy James, all kinds of people. And he uses Guitar Pro 7. You could definitely check out his channel and see what he thinks about it. But he uses Transcribe, the program called Transcribe, to transcribe his videos and stuff. You can use Riff Station for absolutely free. Definitely check it out. And I just wanted to let you guys know this because if you're a guitarist like me, which I'm assuming you are because you are on YouTube on this channel, which is mostly about guitar, then you will definitely want to check these tools out, okay? And if you're interested in an Ibanez SA130, I don't think they make them anymore. Like I said, they have the 160, but you can check those out. Go to the Ibanez Wiki. That's what I went to, Ibanez Wiki. Just search that and looked at some more information about it. You could also find probably find these on Amazon. I've got a link to that at ericbeatty.com/shop, which you can check out. And that is an affiliate link. Anything you buy on there through that link will help support this channel. I'll get a very small commission, but every little bit helps. And that could be a way you support this channel. Other than that, please check out my Patreon website, my Patreon page at www.patreon.com or ericbeatty.com. And continue to subscribe. If you like this video, click that like button. I'd like to do more videos with this. And if I come up with any more ideas on this song as it progresses, I'd like to maybe do some more videos on that. That will probably appear on Twitch first, even though I'm not streaming it, because it's more of an electric guitar stuff that I'm doing on Twitch and the acoustic stuff I'm trying to save for YouTube. And then shortly after it's on Twitch, I'll stream it or upload it to YouTube. But this one right now will probably be on both of them immediately because I just want to get this one out there. All right, so thanks so much, guys, for watching. I really appreciate it. Please do like this video. Please do share with others. Subscribe. Click that bell icon so you can be notified when I create new videos. As of right now, I've got a new video every Tuesday that you can go to and check out with me and Kenneth Burris doing the bluegrass stuff. And the amazing thing of that is I can go back and look at all that footage, and create new lesson videos based on it. So for right now, though, I'm focusing on this new bluegrass guitar course that I'm really excited about. There'll be more information about that as I go along. But for now, it's getting late, and I really need to get to bed. So thanks, guys, so much for watching. I appreciate all you guys do, and I appreciate you watching these videos, and just for supporting me all these years in all that I do. So have a blessed night, and we'll see you, or day, whenever you're watching this, and we'll see you next time. Appreciate you guys. God bless.